All right, man. It's Saturday. You know what that means? It's the after show from the Freeform Rock podcast. We just recorded an episode that you will hear 10 weeks later. But that's okay because we are ahead, so you never miss a Friday episode because we want to be consistent. We don't want to fuck around. But I got my brother in arms here, the Mr. Mooger Fooger. What's up, brother?
Hey man, good to have everyone here. The gentleman, Tim.
That's me.
Tim, I'm not gonna even attempt your
Don't
last name.
bother.
Rasnick.
I'm gonna say it's
Rasnick.
Rasnick.
Weraznik.
Rasnick.
Just like it's spelled.
It's like it's spelled. I get it.
Nick.
I spell it wrong sometimes.
Rasnick. There you go.
I spelled it wrong in a chat group, but I don't give a fuck at spelling in chat group. Nate isn't in there, so I'm cool with that. But I could say your name right though.
Yes, you can. After
what's going on,
20
fellas?
some odd attempts.
Hey, let's I got some leftover BS fucking rock and roll news and shit because we wanted to get it under 2 hours last week. So I kept it BS light and we had a big show. So Vinyl Records outsell CDs for the second year running. Last year's vinyls revenue in the US was double the amount spent on CDs. You have any thoughts on that, Mooger?
I buy vinyl by the boatloads, man. I don't know what's wrong with me. I never got rid of my vinyl. Never did.
Oh, I got plenty of friends that are just like that.
I was one of those guys with a record player in my house, and people are like, what are you doing with your fucking vinyl?
Mm-hmm.
When it was all CD.
Yeah, I got plenty of friends that every place they move, they lug around their fucking collection, in milk crates or whatever you want to.
Yeah, I've got too many now, man. I'm out of room, literally. This office here is full. Now I'm putting them on my mantle in the fucking living room because I'm out of room.
That's why I went digital.
I can't stop buying it. But I still have my old collection that we would have record nights before vinyl ever became another thing. This was like early 2000, mid 2000. We would bring, we'd have friends over. I was like, man, you got any records from childhood? Bring them over, man. Somebody bring Stevie Nicks, somebody bring, Men at Work or something like that. And then, hey, this is a record I had when I was a kid and I found it. And we would put it on, I'd clean it up, put it on the record player, and it was special. It was a special thing.
Oh, the sunglasses are on.
When I record, I need the sunglasses.
Yeah. But anyway, man, I just love vinyl. I wasn't a hipster on the bandwagon. I just love vinyl. I love the artwork. I love the production. I love being able to pull that out and smell it and put it on the
There's nothing like the smell of a new CD or a new vinyl. Cassettes sucked. I don't know why cassettes are coming back.
But I learned with cassettes that when I would leave them in the sun, they would warp. And I would have to, but I learned that some of these cassettes had little screws. And I would take my Vinnie Vincent Invasion and put it in my Cinderella Heartbreak Station. And therefore it'd be really confusing to anybody getting that. But
speaking of that, Columbia House, the greatest scam of all time.
Yeah.
I ordered REO Speedwagon Good Trouble. Right? I got the cassette, said REO Speedwagon Good Trouble. The cassette said REO Speedwagon Good Trouble, but guess what played on that cassette?
It's all
Ozzy's Bark at the Moon.
Yes.
It was Ozzy Bark at the Moon. So somebody fucked up putting that cassette together.
So you're gonna put this in thinking you're gonna listen to that, and then you get Ozzy.
Yeah, I'm listening to Hear the Good Trouble near Bark at the Moon. I go, what the fuck is this? I didn't like Ozzy back then. I love that album now, but back then I was like, fuck, I want to hear Good Trouble. I want to hear Keep the Fire Burning. And I'm listening to fucking Bark at the Moon. I was pissed.
I don't know. Me, vinyl, I don't care what medium it is, digital nowadays or cassette or 8-track or
Fuck
CD.
8-track.
But for vinyl, it's just you just get a homey feeling when you listen to a vinyl, because all the pops and the all the sounds between
Analog,
the
man.
tracks
Analog.
is just, I don't know, it's just really makes me feel like I'm home no matter where I am listening to it.
Well, because the first records I ever listened to certainly weren't clean.
Yeah.
And like they were my dad's Elvis records, Conway Twitty records,
Hello, darling.
and you drop the needle on that shit and you would hear the crack, snapple, pop, and then you would hear the song. And it was like, oh, this is
But
good.
didn't the crack, snackle, pop stop when the song played, though? It was like in between songs you heard it.
It's still there.
Not as
it's
much,
still there.
though. Not as much.
But you would definitely just hear it. And this is when records were really fucking flobbly. It was not 180 gram.
Gram, 200 and something
And
gram.
that's the biggest, by the way, that's the biggest fucking
There's some
scam
200
ever.
gram albums. Rush releases some 200
No,
grams.
the 180 gram records are a scam because it's still the grooves that make
You
that
know why they make
sound.
them 180
Still
gram?
only- What's that?
Some of the old records were they warp, and you'd have to put them
Yes.
between books to fix them.
The 180 gram record is only for the fucking newbies who cannot destroy that motherfucker no matter how hard they try.
Well, I have 180 gram, and I have regular ones too. So
I have regular ones, and those are the ones. The grooves are the same.
I have all the Rush
grooves
ones on
only
regular.
go as deep as the mastering is going to allow it. So it could be a more solid record. It doesn't mean it's 180 grams going to sound any better.
It just makes sure it doesn't warp in 10 years.
Exactly. Make sure that it doesn't get destroyed any quicker.
Yeah.
But
with vinyl, you said you kept all your vinyls from childhood, right?
I have all my vinyl from from when I was a kid.
But
I've got fucking Kiss records that I didn't buy until the 80s, and they had US or the codes on them that people are wanting, like the Peter Criss. They want to give me like $500 for it.
Oh fuck, I'd take
because
that.
of the perfect fucking condition. I'm like, no one wants Peter Criss, but you got the USP code, man. And I'm like, yeah, I do, but why would you want this record?
If they're gonna give you $500 for that, and you could get that on CD or 180 gram vinyl, I would take that shit. Fuck that.
It's not 180 gram, man. It's from 85.
No, I'm saying, but if you could get the new remaster of it on vinyl, get that and just sell your old one. Who gives a fuck? You can't take it with you, man.
I don't want to make money off my vinyl. I have
would.
my vinyl because it makes me happy. So
it makes me happy too. But if somebody wants to buy my old Rush fucking 2112, fucking take it. I got the remaster on vinyl, 180 gram. It's the music for me. I don't care. I don't care if it's old or new, as long as I have it on vinyl, you know.
If I needed to make the money, absolutely, I would send it, but I don't, and it's part of my childhood when I bought it. So
you're lucky with that because 1999, I used to have a huge vinyl collection, and some motherfucker came in my house and stole it all.
You fucking shitting me?
No, I'm not shitting you. Stole my Nintendo. The original Nintendo, stole my fucking my 32-inch fucking tube TV that was cool in 1999. Stole everything from me.
That'd be heavy as shit in 1999.
It was, dude.
How did they get out of there with that?
I don't fucking know. They took everything from me, dude. They took my rack system. I had a cool rack system too. They took everything, dude. They took everything and threw my cat in a fucking box. Fucking pissed me off. But fucking, it's like shit, dude. I used to go to fucking like in Pasadena here in California, Moby Disc Records. They had vinyls. And I got a lot of Oingo Boingo vinyls for 99 cents.
Boom.
But I got a lot of Billy Squier albums for 99 cents on vinyls. But now those same vinyls I bought for 99 cents are selling them used for like $20.
What do you think, Tim? Did you have vinyl? You grew up with
vinyl?
vinyl?
I did have vinyl, yeah, but then I switched to CDs, and I still have a rack of CDs, but now I switched to digital just because I don't have the space to store
I don't
everything,
either. Yeah.
you know, that I,
Well, we got to build a room.
well, as you can see, the room is filled. You know, but
Uh,
it's just not with CDs. It's with every other
Well,
fucking thing I got.
in
going.
my small bedroom, I took out the closet doors. I put the TV in the closet, and I had 2 fucking desks with computers on it for me and my wife at that time. I figured out how to fucking fill a small space. I'm
Mhm.
good at that shit.
See, then my problem is I never planned for it. I never planned in my life to have as much shit as I have.
Right?
So I never planned on, okay, I need a bigger space to store it. Cause like George Carlin says, you know, a house is just a place to store your stuff. That's all it is.
According to George Carlin, we just live in little houses of stuff. We're just a piling stuff.
Mm-hmm. But, I
You
mean-
guys remember George Carlin, right?
I never planned to live this long. So, you know,
Dude, you're only like what, 4 years older than me?
I'm 57.
Yeah. Well, let's see. I'm 53.
Damn, Tim, you don't
Yeah,
look
4
a
years
day
older than me.
45.
Mm-hmm.
You're 45, Shane?
No,
Luger?
I'm 50. I'm 50.
I'm 3 years older than you, bro.
So we're right in the same
Yeah.
demographic.
Wheelhouse.
Yeah,
So-
we're in the
so is
same.
Tim.
We're in the same
Honestly, so is
universe.
Tim,
you know.
because anybody who grew up like Tim, you're as old as my oldest brother, and so he was the one who passed all the music down to me.
Exactly.
So
I have
like-
older brothers. I'm the
so
youngest of the
he's
family,
reason
believe it
I
or not.
love Kids. He's the reason I love Ted Nugent, Deep
Mhm.
Purple, all
Mhm.
those bands. Billy Squire came into the house. I would
Billy Squire rules.
Mm-hmm.
I never had MTV for the most part growing up.
I think
So-
84, 85 is when I got MTV.
Yeah, we're just not a family that could
I used to
afford
watch
cable.
local channels like Video Hits 1 with Richard Blade. I used to watch like Friday night videos. You know,
Right?
Night
Friday
Flight.
Night Videos,
Night
baby.
Flight. Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
stuff I
shit
watched
like
before I
that.
got MTV. Yeah,
But
we ain't rich kids, man. We had parents that struggled to get shit. You know,
So Mark,
Props to my
I'm sorry
mom.
you didn't have those older brothers and sisters to give it to you.
Mhm.
But
I had a next door neighbor named Rick Swan. Got
Oh,
me into
gosh.
Night Ranger. Got me into Pink Floyd. But
Nice.
then I got him into a lot of other shit like Pantera and stuff like that. So that was pretty fucking.
yeah,
pretty-
I have 4 older brothers. I'm the baby of the family in my family, and
They
I
all
was
still around?
exposed to
they all still
everything.
around?
Huh?
They all still around?
3 of them are. One of them passed away. My oldest.
Condolences,
I'm sorry to
brother.
hear that.
Brother.
Sorry.
But I was exposed because of them 4 guys, 4 brothers. I was exposed to so much different music. It's not even funny because they all like different things.
Right.
You know, like my one brother liked country music,
Ew.
still does like country music, and I get exposed to, you know, the stuff he liked. I got another brother that was wicked into Sabbath and Zeppelin and Cream and, you know, and all that. I
That's
get
some good shit
exposed
there.
to that. I had a sister that was into Steve Miller and, you know, in that vein, pop rock type stuff. I get exposed to that. So, you know, all my older siblings gave me the musical knowledge that I have today.
Because it was such a melting pot of music.
Exactly.
It's like you didn't just go pop, you didn't just go country, you didn't
Exactly.
go just metal. You had this like awesome melting pot. That's why I think I was blessed to grow up in the 70s and the 80s
Mhm.
because I had so much thrown at me. I came to the realization I just love music. And if it's good, it's good. If it's bad,
Well,
it's
why the
bad.
fuck aren't you listening to Oingo Boingo?
I
God damn.
did listen to Oingo
Yeah.
Boingo, Mark. I did. And it's okay.
No,
Danny
it's not okay. Those lyrics
great.
by Danny Elfman are so fucking today. It isn't funny.
In your
look.
opinion, Mark.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with capitalism. There's nothing wrong with free enterprise. There's nothing wrong with wanting to live nice. I'm so tired of hearing you whine. Come on, 1980,
Hey.
dude.
Hey, point in question here. Listen to my track of the week off of this previous episode, Dream
That's
Car.
10 weeks later.
I know. God damn. We're gonna be fucking September before you hear this, but
No, it's May.
or the last episode. But I love all kinds of music.
I do too, brother.
Mm-hmm.
I know you do. And Oingo Boingo.
And
Yeah,
I was
Depeche Mode, Duran, Susie and the Banshees, The Cure, A New Order. I love all this.
We need to do a Cure record.
We need to do a. I only did one Cure record
And
with
I
Bill
want to
Wang.
do Blood Flowers if that's ever.
Oh, really?
and I was exposed.
I
from
want
the
to do
time I was-
Disintegration. With
I was
Nate.
exposed from the time I was born into music because there was always music playing in my house.
Your parents have music in the house all the time?
My parents, my dad, he played so many instruments. It's not even funny, but they
Are you
weren't.
serious?
They weren't
What did he
popular.
play, man?
They weren't popular music instruments. I'll put it to you
Right.
this way: like most people play guitar, he played the mandolin, he played the ukulele, but he never played guitar.
He would have fit in REM.
He played keyboards. He was a great piano player and a great keyboard player. He played the gut bucket.
Was he ever part of a band?
No, he just played for his own amusement.
But he played all those instruments.
Oh, he played much more than that. He played the accordion. He played, just these oddball instruments that he just pick up and learn and play. And he never took a class or a session, or he didn't even know what music tabs were or anything like that. It was just all ear,
Yes.
all ear. And it just amazed me. And all I could think about was, why don't you like guitar? And he said, everybody can play guitar.
No.
No. But
what fucking good is that doing you? Nobody can play guitar. How many people do you know play the mandolin?
Right.
How many people do you know play a ukulele except for Don Ho?
Peter Buck? Peter Buck from REM?
Because playing the guitar, like as I do, you will go to a mandolin and you have to fucking figure it out because it's only 4 string.
Yeah,
or you have
exactly.
or you have to go to a ukulele, only 4 string. And how do I do a G chord and a D chord and the C chord on a mandolin and
Peter Buck, REM does all that shit.
Yeah.
Yes, but he doesn't do it well.
Well, fuck you. REM rules.
So
REM
to
sucks.
your point,
Fuck
to your
you.
point, Tim.
Oh, fuck you.
Fuck you.
Tim, to your point, I learned to read music very little as a kid,
Mhm.
playing saxophone in the school band. Okay,
You
so I
played
could kind of
saxophone?
read notes, but when I got to the guitar, forget about it. I could read some tabs and stuff, but it
Mhm.
was all like I just need to see you play it.
Yeah, ear.
I need to
Yeah.
hear it,
Mhm.
and then I'm gonna figure it out. And
You-
I figured it out on
My
guitar.
dad
Once
seemed
you
to-
teach me the G, C, D chord and E, A, I'm fine. I'm off to the races, man. Show me
My
what you got.
dad, he seemed to have a mental image of a fretboard
Right.
in his head, and he could just figure out where his fingers go to make that sound.
Right.
So the more he heard a song, the more he could figure it out. So by the end, if he listened to a song for a day, just that song, he had it figured out by the end of the day.
That's what I do with a bunch of songs. It's like, okay, it's somewhere on this fretboard. This is somewhere on this fretboard.
It has to be
So I'm
because the
gonna
guy's
listen
playing
to
it.
it,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna try it here. That's not it. It's not here. Okay,
Mhm.
but I can also, for some odd reason, I have like a little bit of diorama. Like I can
Drama-rama
see-
rules.
I can see like notes, like A's are red, E's are black, D's are green. That I don't know what that means, but I can kind of like it comes at me in
Yeah,
colors.
you
and I know what
visualize
to hit.
you visualize what you wanted to play.
Right. Right.
as opposed to reading it on a tab or
See, and that's I can't do. But
or
like
sheet music.
I I know how much you love the album Soup, but Mouthful of Cavities.
No spoilers. No spoilers.
He's a
That
gentleman.
album isn't coming out for 8 weeks,
He's
man.
I'm sorry. He's a gentleman, but Mouthful of Cavities, that song I just saw all in colors and I learned how to play it.
Mhm.
And somebody else came back at me and said, "No, that's not the way to play it. You need to play it like to the sheet music." And I'm like, "I ain't playing shit to sheet music. I'm playing it the way I fucking hear it and the way I
Mhm.
saw it and the way I did it."
Mhm.
And it's
And now
just
my
fine.
brother,
And
my oldest,
everybody knows it.
my oldest brother, who is now deceased, but my oldest brother, he was a drummer,
Oh,
and he he could play, and he could play with a very, a lot of different styles. He could play heavy metal if you wanted. He could play country music if you wanted. Whatever the band he was joining played, he knew how to play because he'd figured out that, I'm not going to be in any one band for a long period of time. I'm more of a session guy than I am, because around my area, local bands didn't last, because you get sick of it or whatever. But so he learned to bring in many different genres into his repertoire so he could work, so he could gig because he loved gigging. He loved playing live. That
so
made his
whatever
month.
it was, he would adapt.
Yeah, he was, and he
That's
could.
amazing. That's amazing, man.
Yeah, and he just like if somebody, he'd be playing with some guys in the band he wanted to join, and they say, hit me with some Aerosmith, and he'd come out with the drum beat to Uncle Salty,
Oh, I love that.
or something like
he probably
that.
did swing too. If he ever did any Sabbaths, he was doing some swing.
Yeah, and they'd ask him, well, how long you been playing that? And he said, oh, I listened to it in the car before I got here.
There you go.
Because like he used to say all the time, most of these drum beats, especially back in the 70s, early 70s, late 60s, early 70s when he started out, they were all 2/4 beats or a variation thereof. Doom, 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 doom,
Joey Kramer was amazing.
It wasn't
Come
until
on.
you got into some progressive music that drum beats weren't 2/4 or 4/4.
Mm-hmm. Well, Neil Peart, but fucking Joey Kramer was different than all those 70s drummers to me.
He was still 2/4, 4/4, but
the thing is, he had that groove though. It's like
that's a groove. That's a groove.
Yeah,
he had a groove.
Joey Kramer always knew how to get in the pocket and stay in the pocket. Always.
You know who yelled at him to get in the pocket?
Steven Tyler. Because Tyler was a drummer.
Because he was a drummer, and he was like, "You're not fucking playing it right. You fucking got to do it this way."
It's like Joey Kramer would always say, it sucks having Steven Tyler critique my drumming all the time. It's like, fuck, let me do what I want. I'm here. I got a different sound than you have, but Steven Tyler would fucking bust his balls all the time.
He's kind of an asshole, but actually it kind of helped him out in the long run.
I agree with you, Tim.
It's like fucking Steven Tyler.
That kind of intensity, it either breaks you or it makes you say, fuck you.
But I think it pushed him to be a better player.
Yeah, of course it happened.
Maybe it did, but it pissed your friend off. It pissed your brother off in a band, though. It's like you're always critiquing him.
Because I was in a band. I've been in many bands. And when somebody says, dude, you could do better in what you're doing, you need to do this. And I'm like, at first, yeah, man, you're super pissed off. You're like, why are you telling me I ain't doing good enough? I'm here. I'm doing this job. I'm doing okay. You're right. I can do better. And then I go home and I pick up the guitar or the bass or whatever I was playing, whatever band. Mm-hmm. And I get that part down a little bit better, and it's so much better for it.
See,
so sometimes you need your brothers to call you out
Well,
Yep.
I agree with that, but the thing is, Joey Kramer is a fucking amazing drummer.
Right, but Joey Kramer
He's
wasn't
more
always
amazing
Joey
because he was
Kramer.
called out.
Joey
Go, Tim.
Kramer, just like every other drummer, wasn't always Joey Kramer.
Mhm.
Joey Kramer. You know,
So
he's
you
got
think
a level
John
just like
Bonham and Neil
everybody else.
Peart weren't always John Bonham and Neil Peart?
No, I know that. That's what I'm saying.
Well,
They're
Neil
not
Peart
always
was
the
always
big,
Neil
the big
Peart.
headline star that you hear about. When they're coming up, they're just as fucked up as everybody else is.
I think Peter Chris is a great drummer, but he's not the best drummer I ever
No,
heard.
watch Kiss live at Winterland, 1976 or
Mhm.
75, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
They were on fucking fire, and Peter Chris is so fucking solid on that fucking record.
Well, he had got in that car accident and he couldn't play as good as he could anymore.
But I still think Eric Carr was the best drummer Kiss ever had.
I like
Oh,
Eric
yes,
Singer
sir.
too.
Yes, sir. Tim, I concur.
Eric Carr
In
is
a
the best drummer
gentlemanly
that
way.
they ever had. Yeah.
Master of the double bass,
Yep.
fucking he kept such a tight pocket. It's not
His first
fucking
album
funny.
should have been Creatures, not fucking Elder.
Mhm.
The Elder. Fuck Elder. That album fucking blows chunks. Everybody tells me, don't you like the A songs off that album? No, they suck.
I will say one thing about the Elder. I'm not a fan of the Elder either.
Thank God.
But I will say this about the Elder. I think it would have made a lot more sense and been a lot better had the movie that they wrote the soundtrack for came out.
I still haven't seen Phantom of the Park by Kiss. You know, because I heard it's really cheesy.
Hey. The Elder was a respectable album.
What the
by
fuck you talking
somebody
about?
Completely different.
I heard it.
shouldn't have been-
It sucks.
should have been called. Honestly, the band should have been called The Elder. Music from The Elder. It was
called Music
I
from the
still
Elder.
love a lot of songs off that record.
I
do.
like Dynasty better than the Elder, and
Well,
that has
Dynasty was a
disco.
great record. So,
Dynasty is way better than the Elder, dude.
of course.
And I hate disco. I
One of
hate
the-
disco. I'll take I Was Made for Loving You, but the rest of the album is fucking great.
One of the songs on the Elder, and I forget the name of the song,
World Without Heroes sucks.
but
Tim,
Paul
remind me,
Stanley,
what are you thinking?
he just over sings it to the point that it's just
Odyssey.
trash.
Odyssey.
He so over sings that song.
Odyssey.
Yeah, he
sings,
goes way up in the stratosphere.
Oh,
and,
he did. Oh, that's I'm Just a Boy or Odyssey.
and it's like, come down a few octaves. Just come down.
Well, Odyssey, he sings it like in a vocal Paul has never done. Anyway, we should do an Elder album review, Mark.
Well, we haven't done. I'm afraid. I
know
hate
you'd
it.
land
I'm
on
just
that
spoiler alert. That album sucks. Even the A songs suck. So there you
All
go.
right. Well,
And I still say the Elder would have done
love
better
that
if
record.
it'd come out as a soundtrack than an
Right.
actual studio album.
Right.
Well, Bob
And-
Ezra
and-
was high on coke.
Even Ace said that he was like, man, I'm not saying it's a bad record. It's a wrong record at the wrong time. And he was
Yep.
completely accurate.
Creatures of the Night should have been
Creatures
the
of the
Elder.
Night came out, and it's honestly, in my opinion, not a great fucking record.
What
It's
the
great-
fuck?
It's a great sounding record, and it's got like 4 really great songs.
What?
On it. Four.
Eyes on
Rock
that
and Roll
tape.
Hell Can Go to Hell.
Eyes on
Take
that
It Center
track
Can
or
Go to
album, right?
Hell. What's that?
Their song "I" is on that album.
That's off of Elder.
That's not Elder. That's a
Yeah,
horrible
that's what I'm
song.
saying. I'm
That
still
was the
talking
only
about the
rocking
Elder.
song on the fucking album.
Well, we already did a Creatures of the Night review, so that
Did
ain't
you?
happening.
God
Yeah,
damn it.
We could do a redo if you ever wanted to.
Because that was shit all over 2/3 of that record.
Well, if you ever pick it, I will do it again. I'll do a redux.
No, you don't need to do it.
And to me, with Kiss, their best album of the '80s was "Lick It Up," minus the title track.
I like
Thank
Crazy
you.
Nights.
Thank you, Tim. Thank you.
Look it
Because
up. I
love
love the title
that-
track though.
I love that fucking record. I hate Look It Up.
I love that song.
That song is so
But you
fucking
had
boring.
songs
It's
like
not
Young
even
and
funny.
Wasted, Not for the Innocent, On the Eighth Day,
On the 18
Even-
rules.
A Million to One.
A Million to One.
That's a
Amazing
great
song.
track. Even if it is a Vinny track.
I don't care. Vinny's
No, I
an
don't care who
asshole,
wrote
but
it. I mean,
it's a
because
fucking
you brought it in the
great
Kiss, so
record.
they're all going to get their say in it.
Look It Up is a lazy, boring fucking
Yeah,
hang
it's
on
boring.
the A chord.
That-
It's
Exactly.
a fucking
It's
sing
boring.
along fucking anthem. It's fucking cool. It's like Detroit Rock City. I like it.
Tim, I'm on your
it's-
side on this.
It's
I'm
boring.
not on your side, son. I love lick it up,
Asylum
lick
is
it up.
my
Oh,
No.
I love that song.
Asylum is my next favorite record of the non-makeup era. And if anyone looks at the inner sleeve of that original vinyl, they were not propped up and pretty with, bullshit. They were just in street clothes. And that album represents the street clothes Kiss. You
Mhm.
had like Any Way You Slice It, you had King in the Mountain, you had like there
King
are
in the
some
Mountain
really
rules.
good songs on Asylum.
I'm
And
alive.
that was one of my favorite non-makeup era.
Well, we haven't reviewed that album yet, so there you
Have
go.
you?
No,
You
we haven't.
Fuck yeah, I'm gonna put that one up there.
Nice. But I want to ask you guys on I did ask this on BS, but I have to ask you two guys because you didn't get your thoughts on this. Kiss sold their whole catalog for $300 million. So the Swedish company that made the ABBA avatars, do you think Kiss gave up and said, "Fuck, we're old. What the fuck"? It's just fucking.
I don't
give
know
it to
about
them.
giving up, but they undersold their catalog. I know that,
Well, they get points on it.
which is amazing for Gene Simmons to undersell anything.
Right? But the thing is, they still have control of it. They didn't give it all up.
They have cooperation with it. It's different than control. Cooperation with it means that whoever has the rights will consider Kiss or Gene and Paul in the decision. Doesn't mean they have to agree.
Mm-hmm.
It
And I'd
doesn't
like
mean.
to see how
It
I'd
means
like to
it's a
see that-
consideration.
I'd like to see how that deal was split up.
Well, I'm gonna.
'Cause there's
Ace
three-
has
it's-
always said that
It's $300 million.
Yeah.
There's
Well,
4
Ace
members
says
in the
he
band.
owns his makeup rights, and he was leasing it to Kiss. Well, this is obviously not true because he
Mhm.
just sold all the likenesses to.
But he still
Photoshop
wrote
or whatever they
he still
did.
wrote a good portion of them songs.
Yeah.
While he was in the band.
Well, he never gave up his publishing, so I wonder how Ace is doing this.
Everyone's gonna get a little bit of a percentage off of this deal. It's a good deal.
Even
It's a
Tommy Thayer.
retirement deal. When you're
Yeah,
in your
Tommy.
70s,
Tommy Thayer and Eric Singer too. They're gonna get they're gonna get a taste.
absolutely. Just do it, man. And it doesn't mean anything different to a Kiss fan. I still have my original Kiss Alive I bought for 69 cents because that's all I had in my fucking pocket. And I bought it from my cousin. I still have that. It still means something to me. All my Kiss catalog still means something to me. I don't give a shit if they want to sell their shit. Who cares? And who cares about the avatars? Okay, that might be cool. It may be shit. I don't know. It might be something very amazing.
Hey, I
I don't
think
know.
you make music if you're in a band Kiss or any band like that, okay? If you're out of the regional scene, okay, or even the local scene, you make music now for money. That's what you do. That's your
you have
job.
to. Yeah.
To make money.
Hey, they're
So
almost
any
dead.
band
They
that
gotta
sit-
make
that
some
can
money.
sell their
man.
catalog for that much, I applaud them. I think
Like I said on BS sessions, I think that's a little like undersold them. But the thing is, they're old. They want to like take care of their families and shit like that. And
their
that's
families are so taken care of. It's not even funny. They don't give a fuck about families because they've already made double what they sold their catalog, triple what they sold their catalog for.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm just saying, I make fun of Kiss because they write their jokes, their own jokes. But I do respect Kiss. They were a good band in the 70s. And I like a lot of the 80s stuff they did. I make fun of them because it's funny, They make fun of themselves, The jokes write themselves.
I've loved Kiss since I first heard them in '74 when
See,
their first album came out.
yeah, that's
Holy
a
shit.
5-year age difference there because
And
I
right
did
up
not
until they started getting
commercial.
the best term I can come up with is cheesy.
I like the cheesy.
And what was that, Mike?
Crazy nights, man.
Tim, what was cheesy for you?
When they took the makeup off, which
Okay.
wasn't bad, and I was like, it's time, guys. It's time.
Right.
When they took the
And they
makeup off,
should've. They
but when
should've.
but when members of the band started rotating, like they're in a carousel line. Like, Vinnie Vincent came in, Eric Carr came in, then Vinnie Vincent left. And all of a sudden, Mark St. John's there. Then Mark St. John left. And then Bruce Kulick's there. Then Eric Singer come, I'm like, it's getting ridiculous, guys. It's not even Kiss anymore.
Right. Right.
Kiss
Right.
was, to me, from their debut album to Animalize, I will say.
Yeah, man, I will say that I agree with that. They started doing so many rotating doors, it was just
Yeah.
like silly.
Exactly. It's
Um,
like you didn't even know who's playing the music.
I didn't have a problem with Eric Carr coming in because he was such a phenomenal drummer.
But it's just another musician going through the revolving door.
Right.
And granted, he was he was the longest tenured drummer they had.
Right.
But it just didn't feel right because it's just a revolving door now.
But when you have a company and that company expects you to pay you a salary, you got to keep going.
Oh yeah,
And if it wasn't for the reunion, those guys would be working for UPS. I mean,
and also when I found out, and this was much later on, because I was just a kid when Kiss was, in their first heyday in the 70s. So I didn't know about session musicians or
right.
or outside writers or anything like that. I just knew Kiss played the song, they must have wrote it.
Right.
And that's just not the way it is.
No, it is.
Until I got into the business a little bit myself, and it's not the way it is. It's all an illusion. That's why they call it the music business.
Right.
I
tell you what, man. I mean, I've always been a Kiss fan. Always will be. That wasn't until the very end, the last shows. I don't give a shit that they sold their rights and their everything. Whatever, man. Everyone's doing that. Dee Snider did that. A bunch of Journey has done that.
Oh yeah. They're selling the music right now.
That's like, hey, we're gonna sell all the shit that we held on to for so many years, and you're gonna give me one big fucking payout, and I'm gonna be able to retire, take care of my grandkids, take care of my kids, and I don't see any shame in that at all.
I remember Nikki Sixx in 1984. He came out with a statement that said, you never sell your masters, and you never sell your publishing rights ever, never, ever, never.
Because they want to give you like
what did Motley Crue just do?
Well, they want to give you like, hey, we'll give you $2,000 for the publishing on the song. And when you're starving artists and you're eating ramen noodles or burritos from Taco Bell,
that sounds pretty good.
$2,000, yeah, man, I'll take that. But what you don't realize is this song is so good, it's going to be used in so many commercials and teams. And
you want a part of it.
Yeah, it's like you're not gonna have anything to do with that. It's all
I learned a lot when I was never a musician, and I don't claim to be a musician. I don't claim to even be interested in being a musician because I hate the work it takes to become a musician. Like it's just
Just write
boring.
a song, dude.
I know that, but to me it's just boring. But I love arguing with people, debating with people. I
know
love
you
putting
do.
my intelligence up against their intelligence. That's why I got into management, because, and then I love being behind a board. I started out on a 24 track mixing board, and now I know everything's digital and computerized, and you got as many tracks as you fucking want. But back in the day, we had 16 track boards and 24 track boards. When you moved up, I got lucky. I didn't have.
Even digitally, man, the tracks still come down one by one.
Yeah,
You can mesh them together if you want. That's fine.
yeah, but you're gonna have your own
I'm still gonna fade the snare.
But you're gonna have your own
toms and the
separate track for
cymbals.
what you're
Yeah.
trying to record.
Right.
So in other words, you don't have to put a shit ton of microphones on the drum kit to get the sound of the fucking small snare,
I still
or
love to
the
do that,
small
man.
floor tom.
I still love to do that. I still love to put cymbals or mics on the snare or the cymbals
Mhm.
on the snare on
Mhm.
each tom, and then I can mix that shit down. It can go digital, not to 2-inch. It can go to digital if it wants to be, but I'm gonna fade that shit.
Mhm. Yeah.
And I'm gonna get that guitar. Just get out in that room, turn your amp up to fucking 12. I don't give a shit. Make it feed back and let's fucking record that shit.
Well, with digital, like Led Zeppelin, okay, when they recorded, I think it's
When the letter-
Communication Breakdown. They did it in a castle, and they had John
Everything they did
Bonham,
was in a castle, wasn't it?
and they had John Bonham at the bottom of the stairs
Yes, he did.
with his drum kit, and they mic'd everything from the staircase down.
But do you understand how hard Bonham hit?
Oh yeah, I
He was like,
understand that.
boom.
But what I'm
boom.
saying is they had to do all that work just to get those drum sounds. Whereas now you can just say, okay,
Yeah.
press a button.
Ah,
And the lack of production money that you have to spend on an album, the more money is in your pocket or the band's pocket or the producer's pocket. Depends
Or
on
the
whoever's getting
producer's
paid
pocket,
for
right.
it. So,
Well,
and you can make any,
do you know how they recorded Eric Carr's drums for Creatures of the Night?
no, I don't.
They put him in a hallway, and then they put microphones down an elevator shaft to like get that bombastic
Get that,
big sound.
get that echo coming.
So he was like boom, boom, ah, and it was like anything
And it
he
sounds
hit
it.
just
It
sounded-
sounds it. His drums on that album sound fucking amazing.
I wish they would have done that for for Lick It Up. Same producer, by the way,
Mm-hmm.
who has sadly passed away, but the same producer for Lick It Up should have done those drums as big because those songs were amazing. Other than
They were arena rock songs, is what they
yeah,
were.
absolutely.
They were made to play in an arena.
Yeah, they just couldn't get to arenas at that time. But
Mhm. Because
and even
again,
Asylum.
everybody's going, well, Kiss, who the fuck's in the band?
Who what?
Who the fuck's in the band? From album to album, they were changing musicians. And I mean album to album.
Yeah.
It's like they
Mark,
had Mark
you-
St.
little
John,
quiet here,
they
buddy.
had fucking Bruce Kulick, Vinnie Vincent. It's like in the 80s, it just went nuts.
Well, they had Eric Carr, they had Peter Criss, they had
Eric Singer.
Frehley, they had, and this is
And Tom
album
Big.
to album, not decade to decade, album to album. And it's like, fellas, we gotta make a stand here. I mean, pick a guy.
I just always hung on to Kiss because they were my band. I mean, I got shit on all over the.
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
they were my band
because
too.
it was like, you like Kiss? Oh, you like Kiss? I was like, yes, I
Mhm.
do. And
But then they started
and
getting wicked cheesy, and it's like
yeah, but
I don't want
Lick
the
It Up was
cheese. Just
horrible.
just
Tears
go
Are
back to
Falling
the
was not a
just go
great
back to
song.
the anthems you were writing, and that's perfectly fine. You know, I want to hear another I love rock and or not I love rock and roll, but rock and roll all night, or yeah, sure, bring Joan Jett into it. What the hell, you know?
It's all right, man. So
Yeah, man.
what else you got, Mark?
I got some freaking Nikki Six says the new album people are telling me it sounds like fucking country and fucking rap.
Horrible.
What is
Horrible.
that shit? Is he fucking trolling us or he's just fucking with us? I don't know
Who
what the
cares what Nikki Six says?
I kind of do.
Absolutely.
Nikki Six also said Generation Swine was the best album Motley Crue ever made.
Well, he was on
Horrible.
crack on that one.
Horrible.
I listened to 2 songs off that album. That's it.
I don't
I
listen to
like the
anything
Shout
off
at the
that
Devil
album.
97, I think they had on that. But it
Oh,
was all right.
no, that was on the greatest hits. That was horrible.
Oh, was
Nikki
that?
Six also said John Corabi wasn't a very good singer for Motley.
Well, he's a fucking idiot.
That's what I'm saying.
John Corabi was the best singer Motley Crue ever had.
John Corabi
There you
fucking
go.
rules. Dead Daisies, man. The Scream. Goddamn, Corabi fucking rules. The Daisy shit is my favorite though.
It's nothing to take away from the
I thought Glenn Hughes
legendary
sang for the Dead
first
Daisies.
records. It's nothing to take away from the
He did
legendary
sing with
first
the
records.
Dead Daisies. I was kind of pissed when Glenn Hughes came into the Dead Daisies because I like the Corabi stuff. But Glenn Hughes did a good
Corabi's
job.
back.
Corabi's back with the Dead Daisies, but
Yeah.
I was pissed when Glenn Hughes came in because
Jesus
Glenn
Christ.
Hughes sounds like Glenn Hughes. I like Corabi. And I do like those
I love Corabi.
I love those Glenn Hughes Dead Daisy albums, but I can't wait to hear a new Dead Daisies albums with Glenn Hughes. With Corabi. I mean, that guy gets so much, that guy is a fucking amazing person. He went through a lot of shit. He deserves fucking recognition. And you give it to fucking Vince Neil, who can't fucking sing a lick anymore. And Corabi can still out-sing that motherfucker, and he don't get fucking credit. And it pisses me off. Corabi is the best singer fucking Motley Crue ever had. I'm sorry. I love Shout at the Devil. But when I heard fucking the 94 album, I fucking gave shit to because Vince Neil wasn't in there. 20 years later, I go, this is the best album Motley Crue ever did.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, I knew that
agree.
first time I heard it. I knew that. I was like,
it took me a while to get into that fucking 94. Man. And I feel like shit. I feel like dung. I feel like I'm like, fuck, I should have bought this album when it first came out.
94? You didn't?
No, I didn't. I was pissed off Vince Neil left the band. They went out with Primal Scream, dude.
Everyone loves fucking Primal Scream.
I love fucking Primal Scream.
I do not like that song.
Really?
I don't. Everyone does, but I don't.
You know the track that I love from Motley Crue that isn't on Shout at the Devil? Take a guess.
I don't know.
Which one?
Wild Side.
I fucking love that song.
It's the only song on that album that I can actually
That
stand.
is the only song on that record I love. But I fucking love that.
I love it. I love it. And
it was like my life at that time. And I was just fucking in middle school.
The only thing that got me about it was if you listen to the lyrics, okay, you're like,
Glamorize cocaine.
Yeah, but you're like, Vince Neil did not write these lyrics. I can guarantee.
Vince Neil's never. It's always been Nikki.
He never wrote any of the lyrics. It was always Nikki.
But I've always said, did Nikki Six fucking steal the album Shout the Devil from some fucking heroin addict on a Sunset Strip? That fucking he saw a fucking lyric book and just took it from him? Because Shout at the Devil is such a perfect album. It's like And Nicki after that album wasn't as good. I've always said that. I think he
Hold
stole
on,
the
Mark.
lyrics to real
Hold
fucking
on,
heroin
Mark.
at it.
Tim, continue.
Huh?
Continue. You said
Oh, they just don't sound like Nikki Sixx lyrics compared to his other work, like Sticky Sweet or, stupid shit like that. Because that's Nikki Sixx's lyrics or after it.
Time
And
for
for some
Change is
reason,
horrible.
I mean, those lyrics are brilliant. Name dropping no names, glamorized cocaine, puppets with strings of gold. He's not capable of writing lyrics like that.
I think he is. I think it's imagine how much heroin he might have had in his arm at the time.
I love Theater of Pain.
Oh,
That makes one of us.
I love Theater of Pain. I love All Name of Rock. Yeah, I can love that.
yeah, Louder Than Hell is the
Louder
only
Than
good
Hell
song.
rules.
Yeah, the only good song on that fucking record.
I love Smoking in the Boys' Room, man.
No!
Here's
God
another
damn
good.
it! That's Boogie Woogie Rock that I hate.
I love Boogie Woogie Rock. Don't you know
hate
me?
Boogie Woogie Rock.
You know I
Hey.
love Boogie Woogie. I love that
What?
piano and shit.
Hey, Mark, I love you, but I hate Boogie Woogie Rock.
You don't like George Thorogood?
What's that?
You don't like George Thorogood?
I love George Thorogood.
He's
That's
Boogie
fucking
Woogie
blues.
Rock.
That's not Boogie Woogie.
That's Boogie.
Smoking in the boys' room. That's fucking Boogie Woogie.
George's Satellites is
Fuck
Boogie
that
Woogie.
fucking bullshit. I hate
Leonard
it.
Skinner is Boogie Woogie.
Fuck that shit.
Black Crows is Boogie Woogie.
No, it isn't. It's
It
good
is Boogie
music.
Woogie.
No, if I have to, god damn it, I'm a guitar player. So if I have to go, dun, 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 dun,
Wait.
dun, dun, fuck that shit.
Chuck Berry is Boogie Woogie.
Fucking Chuck Berry's a fucking legend.
Fuck, Chuck
He ain't
Berry
Boogie
should have been
Woogie.
the king of rock and roll.
He's fucking amazing.
Like, yeah, Elvis didn't invent riffs like Chuck
But
Berry.
any fucking goddamn Molly Hatchet or even Bob Seger on his Boogie Woogie bullshit, fuck that
What?
shit.
Bob Seger did Boogie Woogie bullshit?
Yes, he did.
What
On
did
some
he
songs.
name a song that he was bullshit from Boogie
I
Woogie?
don't know. Bob
Her
Seger did
strut?
Boogie
Are you
Woogie.
gonna say
I don't
her?
know.
Just
Is-
take those old records off the shelf. I'll
Rock
sit
and
and listen to
roll,
them
don't
by
remember
myself.
to-
I need that old time of rock and roll.
The piano in that is nothing but Boogie Woogie.
Fuck yeah, I love
I
Boogie Woogie.
hate Boogie Woogie rock and roll. I do. I
Really?
hate it.
You like
Done.
the fucking Blackberry Smoke shit?
Oh, the Blackberry Smoke shit.
They're fucking Boogie Woogie
There
as
it is.
fuck.
There it is. All right. Now I see where you stand on that band.
I
motherfucker.
told you where I stood on that album.
Brother, I love you.
I love you
we
too.
did.
But you don't like the Georgia Satellites Boogie Woogie?
Nope.
Keep your hands to yourself. Nights of Mystery.
Nope.
God damn. Leonard Skinner was Boogie Woogie.
Leonard did it good. They did it good.
George Thorogood and the Destroyers was Boogie Woogie.
Who?
Blues. George
Huh?
Thorogood was Boogie Woogie.
All right.
Yeah, but Leonard Skinner, they could hit you with anything. They could hit you with Boogie
You know,
Woogie.
Kiss
They could
never
hit you with
did
straight up rock
a
and roll.
Boogie Woogie rock and roll song.
What's wrong with Boogie Woogie, man? You don't like Fats
Because
Domino?
it sucks. I'm so
What's wrong
tired
with
of
Fats
it.
Domino?
Fats can do it. He is Boogie Woogie.
Boogie Woogie rules, dude. You
It's
got that
Boogie
fucking
Woogie is good
honky
at
tonk
conception.
piano.
But you get like fucking people like fucking RTZ to do it.
Not
It
Neil
fucking
Daughtery.
sucks.
Neil Daughtery of REO Speedway did some good Boogie Woogie shit.
Boogie Woogie. Dun, 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 dun,
Live it
dun,
up,
dun,
bitch.
dun, dun,
Live
dun,
it up.
dun, dun, dun,
Live
dun,
it up. Live it up.
Smoking in the boys' room. Fuck that shit.
I love that smoking. I
That's
like
a
their version
fucking
better.
horrible song.
Fuck you.
That is, but by Motley Crue, that is a
You know,
terrible,
teacher,
terrible
don't you
song.
feel me up with your
By
rules?
Brownsville Station, that was a horrible song.
Well, yeah, Brownsville Station sucked, and Motley Crue brought it up.
No,
Fucking
they
great.
didn't. They made
Molly-
it even
no.
worse because Vince
You know-
Neil sung on it.
Motley Crue made a lot of bad albums, but I love that
Vince
fucking
Neil
song.
sucks. Vince Neil is the worst fucking singer ever.
No,
And
he is.
He had one good album, Shout at the Devil. He was
No,
so
I-
off pitch on the debut. Shout at the Devil. They at
You
least
don't like
pitched him in.
fucking Dr. Feelgood?
No.
You don't like
No.
Don't Go Away Mad? You don't like
No.
Dr. Feelgood? You don't like
Please.
Kickstart My Heart?
I got one thing to say to you.
I need to
Home
re-review
Sweet
that
Home.
album with Mooger now. Fuck. I had fucking Johnny Vogan on that album. I need to re-review that fucking Dr. Feelgood with Mooger now.
There's no point in
Yeah.
reviewing it because it sucks.
Well, we need to do the '94 Motley Crue album. We haven't done that album yet. That album
would
needs to
be
be done.
good because, but I do believe that they should have called it a different record or a different band or something like that. But
The record
brand-
company wouldn't let them do that.
right? But think about it. It's like, okay, Motley Crue, this juggernaut, coming off of Dr. Feelgood, selling out everywhere, millions of dollars in the bank. We're gonna get a different singer, and we're still gonna call it Motley Crue.
They wanted to change the name, but Elektra said no because they just signed a
I would
$100 million
agree
contract.
on a business standpoint, you wouldn't want to, because as little as that tour drawed, they drew more than if they were going to call it Nikki Sixx and a son of a bitch or whatever, you know.
Nikki Sixx and the Cokeheads.
I need to get that John Corabi live album '94 that he did. Where he went
Oh
on
my
this-
God, it sounds so good.
I need to get that album.
I got it.
I need to play that on thatmetalstation.com on Wednesday nights, 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern. You know,
I joined you.
you
Bubba.
need to get in the chat room and start talking to us, though.
It was hard enough to even get to your station, much less get to the chat room.
All you do is you need to create your own profile, dude.
God damn it. You know, I am not an online guy.
Well, you know, I could help you with that.
I'm an idiot. So
Yeah, you're not an idiot, bitch. Far from that, man. You like get called out by the Decibel Geek every week. And the Mooger Fooger. So fuck,
I'm always
dude,
I'm always
you're
gonna
a
be
fucking
their ender.
star, dude. You're bigger than I am.
I've told them to end that, but they won't. So
Well, they should never end the Mooger Fooger. Never, ever, ever. Because you know what?
I met Chris so long ago. He was the first I met. Then I met Aaron, and then I met Aaron's wife, and Chris's wife, and now we're just all like family. And
I never met Chris's wife, Aaron's wife. I met Chris's wife.
yeah,
I went, fucking drove out of my way to go see them at the Rainbow Bar and Grill. You know, I hung out with them. They were fucking cool as fuck.
yeah.
Really good. And then I saw Chris Little at Rockapod because he was like running the whole thing. I didn't get to see his
Right.
brother Eric, which was very
Eric's
disappointing.
an amazing dude.
I
man.
love Eric. I want to meet Eric so bad. It fucking pisses
He's
me
cool.
off. But pissed me off that I didn't get to see Eric. I saw Aaron. I saw Chris. I saw Nate. Fucking Bushy. I saw Metal Mike Tyler. I saw Dr. Fuck. I saw
Well,
Ian
we'll
Wadley.
be there next time, hopefully. And
I
will
hope
be
I'm there
together.
because you know what? I'm going through a lot of shit right here. So I don't know what the fuck's
I know
going
you
on,
are.
dude.
I know you are.
You know, I give you my shit that's going on because you're my brother and I could trust you with shit. So, but fuck,
Anyway.
man. I'm just gonna say, man, I love doing this show. I love talking music with you guys. But fucking, what do you think about time zones on the moon?
Who?
Biden wants to
being?
put time zones on the moon.
Time zones on the moon.
Yeah, I just thought that was funny.
I don't even know what that is.
You know, you have an Eastern and a Pacific. He wants to put a time zone on the moon.
Everything's got a time zone on the moon. The sun is as well. My sun raised today at what, 7:30, 7 o'clock. Your sun probably didn't rise, Mark, until probably my time 10.
No, mine rises around 6:30 a.m. I tried to work, dude. I leave to work every day at 6 a.m. because it
Okay.
takes me like an hour to get to work. So I see the sun rising and I see fucking beautiful fucking sunrises. It's so fucking amazing to see the
Dude, I
beauty.
saw a beautiful sunrise this morning that I'm not going to live forever, and I'm not going to live, who knows how long, only God does. But I saw a very beautiful sunrise this morning, and I'm happy I did.
Dude, isn't it so amazing? You put a
And they're
picture
going
of
to
a
put time
rainbow
zones on it.
Huh?
There are time zones on the sunrise.
on the moon. They want to put time zones on the moon.
What? I
Because
still
China
also
and
have a
Russia want to
moonrise
take over
and a
spots.
moonset. I have a moonrise and a moonset. Okay, I do. I've seen it.
America already claimed the fucking moon, bitches. So America owns the moon.
What do you think about the eclipse, Tim? What do you think about the eclipse?
Okay. I mean, I don't really think about it one way or another.
We're all gonna die.
No.
You know, get a pair of specially made sunglasses if you're going to look at it. Unlike our former president.
Hey, don't go there.
No, I just said he didn't. Other than that, I really don't care.
I
Well,
hate
come on,
everybody in
man.
politics, so fuck
they're
everybody.
making so much out of this eclipse. It's stupid.
Well, the
It's
thing
like,
about eclipse,
we've had eclipses before, people.
but the
This
thing
is
about,
like the first social media eclipse.
but the thing
to where
about the,
everyone's like saying traffic's gonna be horrible, people are gonna be gunned down, it's gonna be horrible, and I'm like, it's just like 15 minutes of a eclipse.
I just go by statistics. If you're driving home at that time on the freeway, the statistics say that there's going to be a lot of accidents because the idiots are going to be looking up to the sky and not at the road.
That would be just stupid.
Yeah, idiots. I hate fucking idiots, man. But one last thing on this, man, because I didn't get to this on fucking BS sessions. Foreigner is adding more dates to the farewell tour. Are they becoming Kiss? Mooger?
Who?
Foreigner. They're adding
Oh.
more dates to their farewell tour, which there's no original member in that band.
Foreigner is a fucking great band. I don't care who's in it. They were never
Kelly
a poster
rules.
band. The lead singer Lou Gramm is the only one I could point out that, oh, he's in Foreigner. Not
Mick
even-
Jones?
No, not even him.
Mick Jones?
No.
Oh, what the fuck's wrong with?
Sorry, but this band can continue as a cover band or whatever you want to call it. They do a great job. I've seen them in this lineup, and they're
Seen him
fucking
4 times
amazing.
in his lineup.
I don't give a shit.
I seen him in with Lou Gramm and Mick Jones in the
I
90s,
don't-
which
you
is
know
good.
what? Lou Gramm's okay.
What?
He sings really good these days, and he's doing really good on his own and what he wants to do. There is nothing wrong with this Foreigner lineup.
Oh, Kelly rules, dude. I love Kelly. I love Jeff Pilson.
Fuck yeah, man. He's good.
But they ain't nobody like Lou Gramm.
Takes the legacy out and he plays it perfectly. And I don't give a fuck that there's no original members in the band because I couldn't tell you, Mark, who the original members were.
The two
Yeah, exactly.
original members of the band for me are fucking Lou Gramm and Mick Jones. It's like those are
Really?
the two main songwriters. That's all that matters in Foreigner.
Okay.
Exactly. Like when they released their first album, I couldn't tell you who the drummer was to save my ass,
Was it Dennis Elliott in that? at
or
that
the
time?
bassist, or the second guitarist.
Why would you?
I
It was
just
the
couldn't
song,
tell
it was
you.
the music.
know?
They were not a poster band, Tim.
No,
Oh,
they weren't.
dude. My friend in the 90s gave me a poster from the first album where they had Lou Gramm and the whole band playing in front of a train. That is one of my favorite posters of all time. And if I could find that again,
So you could point out on that poster who the bass player was.
no, but I see
Right,
Lou
exactly.
Gramm and I see Mick Jones and Dennis Elliott.
Wow, you identified 2 people.
3.
Awesome.
Dennis Elliott.
Dennis Elliott,
Rick
wasn't
Wills came in later.
wasn't he in the Cars?
No, Dennis
Oh,
Elliott wasn't in the Cars,
They should have
dude.
all stood in front of a train because no one knows who they are.
I'm gonna send you that poster because I can find that picture of that poster, and it's fucking one of the
I
best
still won't
posters
know
of a
who
band.
anybody is. It
But
doesn't
you
matter.
know, one of the
To me,
greatest.
it does not matter that Foreigner tours as a no-name band
One
because
of the
it doesn't matter
greatest.
to me.
One of the greatest vocalists of all time, solo or with Foreigner, is
Midnight
fucking
Moon was amazing. I love
Midnight.
Midnight Moon.
No, not Midnight Moon.
Yes.
Midnight Blue.
Midnight Blue.
Blue.
Midnight Blue was a
Midnight Blue. Into the
Midnight Blue.
midnight blue.
See, that's how much I love
Ah.
this band.
Just between you and me is fucking Lost in the Shadows from the Lost Boys soundtrack.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Lou Graham. It's like he was in a band with fucking Vivian Campbell called Shadow King,
Shadow King, yeah.
which is fucking an amazing. Anything that Lou Graham sang is ear candy to me, dude.
It is.
That is one of the
nowadays.
best.
Absolutely.
I love him
Absolutely.
better than Steve Perry ever. Lou Graham is him and Dio are tied for number 1. Lou Graham and Ronnie James Dio are my best vocalists of all time.
Lou Graham doesn't have the voice he had back then.
It doesn't matter, but what he put out, Black Sheep. Have you ever heard Black Sheep? Yeah, I love Billy Ocean, bitch. he just came up on my shuffle the other day too. But you ever heard Black Sheep? That's his first band.
Good for him.
The thing is, Black Sheep was touring with I think one of the good bands, and then they had an accident where they lost all their equipment, and they couldn't like get back on that tour with that band. They were opening for a band, Black Sheep. Lou Graham, his first band. I have both those albums. They're fucking really good. Check out Black Sheep. Me and Lee did a review on the first Black Sheep album. I will send you a song from that. I even have both albums digitally, Tim. I'll send you some Black Sheep. It's fucking Lou Graham. And those members of Black Sheep came on fucking Lou Graham solo albums. So they're fucking a great. The thing is, they lost their truck. They got in an accident and they couldn't tour anymore because they lost all of their equipment and they were poor. So fucking Lou stopped being with that band, and then fucking Mick Jones called Lou and said, "Hey, we heard the Black Sheep album. Could you come try out for this new band I'm making, Foreigner?" And that's where history happened. Thank God Black Sheep had that accident. I love every fucking Foreigner album with fucking Lou Graham. I don't fucking care. They are all amazing. Inside Information, fucking Agent Provocateur. I love fucking
somebody like Mick Jones, okay, in Foreigner. He does fucking awesomely in Foreigner. But he releases a solo album and it goes fucking thud.
He produced your favorite album, 5150 by Van Halen, too. Mick Jones, he was also in that other band, man. I forgot who they were. We did a review of them when Mick Jones was in the album. But Mick Jones.
Well, I mean, his solo album went absolutely nowhere.
There isn't a bad Lou Graham solo album. I love One Hard Look.
But Mick Jones came out and he wrote all those songs for Foreigner that are so fucking amazing. You know, and
so Lou Graham was with them on that.
That's what I'm saying is it's a band effort. It's not an individual effort.
No, it isn't. But Lou Graham.
But yet, though, I still don't know the drummer of Foreigner.
Dennis Elliott. God damn, dude. Dennis Elliott has always been with Foreigner up to I think Foreigner 4. He was in that band. Well, he was on Inside Information too, which I love that album. Mooger, are you silent? I want to end the show and you're like invisible. Fuck, man. So we already talked about Nikki Sixx. Let's get the fuck out of here, Mooger. Man, take us out, man.
Me?
Yeah, you take us out,
Let me
man.
take you out.
Take us
Hey.
out, bitch.
All right. Hey, Tim, thank you so much for, stinking up the joint with us. Even though you don't. You're such a gentleman and how you don't like things. So pardon me, your song sucks. Good day. You're just such a pleasure to have on, man. I love your insight and I love where you come from and you're just such a good dude. Thank you
Well,
so
thank you very much, Mooger. You're a fine gentleman as well, and I appreciate your input in the music world.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank
Sir.
you, Mark, as always, for giving me an opportunity.
I'll bring you on here more often, man. You rule, dude. I love you, brother. I love Mooger. I like how there's no drama on this show anymore. Fucking rules. Mooger, say goodbye, man. Get us the fuck out of here.
All right, man. Let's just leave us 5 stars, no stars. But if you're gonna leave us a shitty review, leave us 5 stars. And and don't like. I don't care. It doesn't hurt our egos. But we do like to have you on board. I've got some girlfriends watching, so we're good.
Like I said, you're not fans, you're family. All of you in the group are family to us. You're not fans. You are with us. We will bring any one of you on a fucking show. Just fucking come on, man. That's
man.
it.
Shit on our music.
Shit on everything, man. We love you, everybody in here. You're not fans. I'm gonna say like you're all family to us. Fucking, I love you all. That's it.
And I
Mooger,
just want to say in the last little bit here, remember everybody, whether you're 15 years old or 80 years old, just remember one thing: metal. See ya.
I love metal. I like all types of music, and Mooger does too. Later, guys.